la la, hello. My mic gave me just massive scare because it didn't work. Some setting in this stupid OBS just changed and I would be so silent. I missed you too. I hope we all survived the last Sunday's grim pillow under the blanket day. Yeah, it just set itself the mic on default, and default apparently wasn't the mic I use. Microphone face. But I found it and fixed it with only 1 minute delay, so here we go. You will listen to me babbling for the next 2 hours or so. Hello, Prelate something. Who are you? Oh. He's kinda silent. Yeah. He definitely doesn't want to talk to me. Oh, come on. Your mic is broken too? Let's talk to someone else and see if the damn thing is working. Hello, you. Hello, you? Can I talk to you? Oh. Okay, I have to talk to Archcanon Tarvus, so let's see if he also has a broken mic. Oh damn. Okay, this is bad. Everybody has a ooh, I have a lot of mail. A broken mic, but there is a chance that I clicked something. Video, so master volume, music volume. Intro music for dialogue. Why is dialogue on 0? Why is everybody broken mic today? Broken mic day. No. They're not going to the shrine. Where is that shrine? Up north? In Shio Island? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Outlander.
That's better.
Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you. But who am I to question my god?
Yeah, so don't question
I
his
suppose
god.
he sent you to me so I could put you to work? Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first?
First task, stop insulting me. Task number 2. Lord Vivek said he needed to perform a divination ritual.
Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now listen closely. I hate to repeat myself.
I'm listening and taking notes.
Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the overseer that Lord Vivek requires the blessing stone. Then bring it to me in the palace.
I'll go to the unfinished ziggurat, get the blessing stone, and meet you at Vivek's palace. Yeah? Good?
You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. It's not like I'm the busy archcanon of a living god or anything.
What's a blessing stone?
Ah, the ignorance of outlanders. How refreshing. The blessing stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the divination ritual.
Can't Vivek perform the ritual without a blessing stone? Isn't he a god?
If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the blessing stone instead of drawing on my lord's personal store of energy.
What does Lord Vivek hope to learn from the divination ritual?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance.
I would comprehend it. I comprehended the questions he asked the ghost and the answers the ghost gave to him. So, you know, I'm smarter than you think. Vivek mentioned Red Mountain and Daedra. Do you think there's a connection?
Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand.
A volcano is a volcano and still can be a harbinger of doom. I swear to Daggerthor, Red Mountain is not involved. This time, huh? Have I offended you in some manner that you're so rude to me?
Offend me? You give yourself too much credit.
No, you offended me as a
I feel
reply.
the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivek, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you.
He does not like me. Let's take a look if he has something useful I can take. Oh, I have some lead. Can I take a look here what lead is? I can't. Shame. Some sort of box. Okay, I took a few things to find a lead for something. Oh, great Tatasil. Oh, great Vivek. Oh, you bish. Let's check his urns. Read his book. Okay, the other cupboard. In his desk. And copper. And his drink. I'm taking his drink too. So, go to oversee Shiralas. Is there a Gonian with a godly voice here? He is. Let's talk to him.
The blisters that cover my scales remain the same, but now I can nurse them in the comfort of my own home. No more crowded slave pens for me.
Good for you. What is it like building the city?
Wood dust may get in the scales, but I do not mind. Sweat washes it away. When the city is complete, I will take my earnings and move to a nice swamp with no Bardow and fewer dark elves. Maybe start a family.
What is it like to have a good voice like Sota Seal? What red glowing stuff? Is there somewhere red glowing stuff here? I don't know. That is the Red Mountain. Or the Ordinators. Oh, maybe someone's pet here. This glowy, golden glowy eyes. This lady's pet. Where are we going? Over there. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello.
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind me. I'm just having one of those days.
Yeah, we had that day last week, so. Archcanon Tavis sent me. I need to borrow your blessing stone.
Our blessing stone? Do you know what happens if we give up
She's
our
married.
blessing stone?
Leave her be.
Neither do I. But I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea.
Lord Vivek needs the blessing stone to perform a ritual.
Lord Vivek?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say so?
Ah, sure.
But I'll need your help before I can turn over the Blessing Stone.
Okay.
The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed, trapping some of my workers. If you can clear the way, you can borrow the stone.
In Murkmire, there is a side quest when she and her wife go, and the pet, a cute bantam goa, go on vacation to Murkmire. I'll clear the passage and free your workers on my way to retrieve the stone.
I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
If Vivek wants the stone, what if he doesn't want to give it back to me to give it back to you? Or am I supposed to defy the guard? That's too scary. Anyone needs help here? Oh, you. Okay. There we go.
I thought I was gonna die under there. Oh, thanks for saving me.
Probably shouldn't jump on that debris. Everybody okay?
Thank you. I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me.
Yeah, she told me to do that.
Help!
So.
Please! Someone help me!
Where? What? Okay, let's take the Blessing Stone. And go to Tarvus so he can be rude to me some more. I hope he wouldn't rust and sand would get between the cogs and stuff. I don't know. Tarvus is apparently with Vivek. Oh yeah, the Khajiit just ate. Wow.
Praise Vivek!
Oh, see, I'm one of you. Look at me. I'm a good fit. Praise Vivek. Where's the level?
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers.
See, I'm useful.
Lord Vivek always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal.
Praise
Did you bring the Blessing Stone?
Yes, I have the Blessing Stone.
Stand over there. In Canon Level's absence, you will form the third corner of our ritual triangle. When you're ready, place the Blessing Stone, and we'll begin the ritual.
Where's the cute level? Yeah, I should stand here. This gentleman here is in the way. And Miri and the pet. Ooh, things are
Hear
happening.
the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's
Oh, look
distress.
at what he's doing. He took his spear.
An Ashlander? A clockwork mage? A Daedric cultist?
Oh, broke. You okay?
Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
He didn't even have to put that spear back on his back. He just floated back there. But did it break? Because someone will be angry at me if it broke and I can't return it. You wanna play some music? Okay. Let's chat.
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined.
Uh-oh.
We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect.
Oops.
I should write that down.
Something went wrong during the ritual. Did you learn what you had hoped?
We learn from every action we take.
Yeah, but is it useful?
Failure or success, Each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped.
So we learned, but not useful. But there were images in the ritual.
Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god, an energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land.
Let me guess, which god and what energy? I don't understand, Lord Vivek. Actually, I do understand. I'm smarter than you think.
Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you.
Thank you. Is that Levil's staff or Tarbus's staff?
The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it.
That's a good question. How many works in progress does he have? There's probably plenty of scribbles. You're losing divine energy. How is that possible?
To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levul's ancestor warned us about.
Okay. You think an enemy is responsible for your energy loss?
Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarbus in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can.
I'll talk to Arch-asshole Tarbus.
My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated.
Well, Vivek is a lot of things, but humble and modest is not two of them. I'm not sure. Archcanon Tarbus shares your assessment of me.
Yes. Well, Archcanon Tarbus has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal. And recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness.
Wow, even his god, he thinks he's a little bit too narrow-minded. What do you mean that your divine energy has diminished?
I've always used my power freely and without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me.
Do you think you're in danger?
I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes.
You suspect the affliction isn't natural.
At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who, before... Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarbus and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been.
You know that Vivek is the same guy that voices Revis, right? What does the rest of the Tribunal think about all this?
They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity.
Really?
But so far,
cares?
I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack.
Yeah.
As for Sothasil,
What about Sothasil?
my brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power.
Oh, they have a
Funny.
connection.
You always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
Yeah, I think the price is too high, even for him. Alrighty, let's go. Look how pretty this place is. It's Vivek with many hands. Oh, here is S for set for Sothasil, and he's IM for Almalexia. So they are with him, even when they're not. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be. Velos? Nerevar? Vivek in warrior armor? No clue. Valdar. And the city. This is High Fane. Okay, let's go and do things. Where do you go? Talk to Arch or Starvus. Hi, cutie pie.
You should really talk to the Archcanon.
I don't want to.
He knows much more about Lord Vivek's situation than I do.
But you're so much kinder and sweeter and nicer and cuter.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotaged the divination...
I didn't do anything.
I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are difficult.
By difficult, you mean Lord Vivek's loss of power?
How do you know about...
He told me.
Lord Vivek told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I
Yeah,
suppose.
he's a god. You should listen to him.
You must swear to keep this secret, though.
Yeah, okay.
There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the tribunal was incapacitated.
Lord Vivek said you might help investigating the source of the problem.
It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than field work. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies. Balmora, Aldrin, and Berelzar's tower. I need you to investigate each of these sites.
Tell me more about these locations before I head out.
I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivek City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivek thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope he's right.
Sure he is. Can you tell me anything about Berelzar Tower?
I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Berelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivek's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy.
What can you tell me about Balmora?
House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn.
What kind of cult are we talking about?
I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation.
What do you know about Aldrin?
Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivec. But how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover.
Is there anything else I should know?
I traced tendrils of Vivec's energy to these locations, and the ritual confirmed the connection before it went awry. Just don't discuss Lord Vivec's condition with anyone. We don't want to start a panic.
Sure.
If anything changes here, I'll contact you.
Okay. Let's change into some civvies so I don't look so buoyant army Jerry. Costumes. How about this? Okay. Hi.
I couldn't help overhear what you and the Archcanon discussed. Good luck out there. The fate of Vardenfell may depend on your actions in service to my Lord Vivec.
Of course. If anything, I'll do it for you. Okay, let's start from Balthazar because I like him. Gothic carpet. Gothic flag. Dwemer toys. Ooh, low book. Okay, Balthazar's diary of some sort. Let's go.
Oh, such displeasure and disappointment.
Sorry.
Nothing works, even though every calculation is precise. Now an interruption.
Yeah,
How
he does talk
infuriating.
about him.
Wait. Sometimes the great gear turns from frustration to opportunity.
Do you know anything about divine energy, Sarah?
Divine energy. I'll have you know I participated in Lord Sother Seal's 9 analyses of the Exalted Enigmas.
I have no idea what that
More
is.
important matters. I'm about to determine the correlation between color and time. I could use another set of hands.
Oh, if I help you, will you answer my questions?
A reciprocal exchange. Interesting, yes. I can see the benefits of such an arrangement.
It kind of
Very
talks
well.
like Sothas a little
Just
bit.
activate the crystals in the proper sequence while I modulate the energy flow. Less chance of an explosion that way.
Uh-oh. What do you want me to do again?
Such a waste repeating words. Activate the crystals in the proper order. It's all about colors, like a rainbow. Make a mistake and reset the mechanism using that lever, unless it explodes. You'd be surprised how often that happens.
Yeah, like a rainbow. Got it. Alright. Green?
That didn't do anything good.
Was he mumbling there? Something about root? NPC. That didn't do anything good. Oh, I forgot. I have a lot of mail. Ooh, money. Take my money. Alright. So not green. Red.
A good start. Keep going.
Purple.
activated, but not in the proper sequence. Try again.
Tell me the sequence and it will be easy. Red.
A good start. Keep going.
Yellow.
Correct. So far, so good.
Green.
Like clockwork you are. Close, very close. One more to go. Yes, I love it when the gears align.
Pretty. Okay, now will you help me?
Perfect. Such are the benefits of an extra set of appendages. The energy flows freely and without disruption.
I have no
allowing
idea
the
in
rods
what
and the
order the
pistons to
colours are
align
in the
a most
rainbow,
pleasing
honestly.
manner.
I didn't even
Thank
know
you.
that they are
Now,
always in particular
why do you
same
want to know
order,
about
so
divine energy?
that was not helpful to me. Well, I was sent to ask you about the transfer divine energy.
Sent? How intriguing. I was just thinking about my former master, Sotha Seal, and the experiments we conducted. He desperately sought to understand the power he and his companions attained, especially whether or not that power was temporary.
Yeah, he well, desperately seeks all kind of knowledge. Did Sotha reach a conclusion?
Not while I assisted him. He had a tool that he used to drain away minute bits of his own divine energy to store and study. He could extract it and return it as he saw fit. Not sure what became of the tool, but here are my notes from those days.
These notes should be helpful. Can I ask you a few more questions?
More questions? Well, Lord Sotha Seal attributed curiosity to intellectual superiority. Suppose I should do the same.
Thank you.
Ask, and I will attempt to tighten the cogs of your ongoing education as best I can.
I appreciate it. That tool you mentioned, is it a weapon?
Odd question. Is a hammer a weapon? A saw? A Dwemer spring spanner? No.
Can
it was
be.
just a tool. A device crafted by Sotha Seal to aid in his endless experiments. Suppose I could imagine ways to modify the device, but for what reason?
Do you know where the tool is now?
Haven't a clue. Tools have a way of wandering off when you don't stay vigilant. Had a guar that used to swallow tools when I wasn't looking. Slowed for a month until the enchantment dissipated and the tool passed. Should have heard the screams.
Oi. You worked with Sotha.
I was his apprentice, but that was years ago. Spent time working in the Clockwork City. That's what I learned about energy transference, Dwemer engineering, mechanical symmetry. Made me the dark elf I am today. But I have a question. Who sent you?
Archcanon Tarvis sent me. Well, technically Vivek sent me, but okay.
The Archcanon? Lord Vivek's High Priest? Suddenly the gears align. I can think of a number of reasons that Alm and V would want to know about C and his tools, but some doors just shouldn't be opened.
Yeah, there has been a lot of talk about C and his tool. Tell me more about Sotha.
He's the father of mysteries and the architect of time, one of the tribunal, the three living gods of the Dark Elves. Creates all sorts of helpful and intriguing devices, like the Clockwork City. I haven't seen my old master in many years.
Okay, let's be an idiot. What's the Clockwork City?
It's a wonder and a miracle. All brass tunnels, glass domes, and giant gears. He was inspired by the work of the Dwemer, but the Clockwork City is pure Sotha Seal. He made it to forge the future and reshape the world. I learned a lot there.
I wish I can go there someday. Got some nice scribbling here. Okay, so that's it. Investigated the tower. Next. Let's go to Balmora next. Yeah. Oh, come on. It's too deep to ride. Okay, first we're going to the bad dog. Because there's a bad dog here that bites people. Somewhere. Is it on this side or is it on the other side? Oh, can I talk to her? We did that quest with her.
It must have been so hard on Father to have to leave us so often, to keep silent while we grew cold and distant, even when he was here. It might seem odd, but I feel hopeful. Father and Mother are finally with us. Their memories will live on.
Where's Sotha Mills, the angry brother? Did I get scribbles from this Lalo tomb? I did. Is he fishing? Sotha Mills? Maybe he's at home. To see. See somewhere. Yoo-hoo! Sotha Mills. Where are you? Are you home? No. It's a very nice big house they have, including a servant. Where's... Oh, I can't talk to her. Oh well. So... They weren't that poor. Yoo-hoo, Sotha Mills.
I could use another break.
House Redrun Proclamation. By order of the House Guard and the Redrun High Council, the Shulk ore mine is closed and all operations toward reopening the mine have been suspended. Workers should stay away until further notice, and visitors are strongly cautioned to avoid the area on pain of fine or imprisonment or both. This includes you, Crew Chief Hondov. Note that every effort shall be made to locate the missing mine workers as soon as possible.
I hope you've got deep, loose pockets.
Why? Shall I have deep loose pockets? Pointing is somewhere below to miner. Okay, let's go down to the miner.
Please, this one needs to get out of here. Those cultists, they're insane.
All right, but keep your voice down. I'll be ready to leave soon enough. In the meantime, if anyone asks, you're just here to haul cargo.
Yeah. Put that away. I want to talk to you.
What? Who? This one is just here to haul cargo.
Relax, I'm here to help. What was it you said about the cultists?
Cultists? This one said nothing about cultists. Perhaps you are thinking of another Khajiit. Look, Renaku just wants to leave all these crazy dark elves behind and find a safer mine to work in. The Shulk ore mine is cursed.
Nah, no horses in Morrowind. Only the players ride them. But other than that, there's just Gua everywhere. Tell me about the cultists or I start yelling for the house guards.
No one likes a Gwar licker, you clawless kitten. It happened a few days back. Weird cultists just barged in and took over the mine. This one managed to get away, but the crew chief and some of the others are still out there. Happy now, fish breath?
Fish breath. Oh, that insult is not nice.
You look like you could use a drink.
We didn't find Sotha Mills though. need to go? Oh, that way. It's not fishing, there's some orc just... Oh look, that dog.
Stupid dog.
What happened? Let me see.
I just tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me.
Leave it alone. There's something strange about that dog.
Yeah, there is something strange about that dog, yeah. Maybe the Imperials brought a few horses, but we never sold them. Hi, Hondolf.
You shouldn't be here.
Okay.
Didn't you read the House Redoran proclamation? I wouldn't be here myself, but some of my miners are still in there.
Can you tell me what happened in the mine?
Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just took the place over. My people are trapped. I'm no expert, but it looked like the cultists were preparing to conduct a ritual before the Ashlander interrupted them.
Why do you think the cultists are conducting a ritual?
Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god."
Oh, okay, that's
or
a good...
something along those lines.
good tip.
Look, I was just trying to get me and my miners out of there when the Ashlander showed up.
An Ashlander interrupted the cultist.
Well, I never actually saw an Ashlander, but I heard a cultist yell, "Ashlander thief! That's our mystical weapon!"
Oh.
That's not an exact quote, but you get the idea. I don't know what happened after that. I was kind of busy trying not to die.
Fair enough. So first the cultist had the weapon, and then the Ashlander stole it. What kind of mine is the shock?
It used to be an ore mine, and we hope it will be again. My crew was inside preparing to start up mining operations when the cultists attacked. The way things are going, we might just have to turn the place into another Kwama egg mine.
I'll go into the mine and see what I can find out.
Really?
Really?
That's awfully brave of you.
Yeah.
If you see any of my miners, tell them to get their arses out here. I'll wait as long as I can. Or until I hear screaming. Then I'll go to Balmora and try to find some help. Good luck in there.
All right. Oh, someone's dead here. Bad cultists. Red Exiles, my Red Exiles. I need you to infiltrate the mine outside Balmora and recover an item of great importance to our venerated cause and to the elevation of Ashlanders everywhere. Currently, this item resides in the possession of a nicotic cult who plan to conduct a ritual in a mine to grant the item the ability to channel unfathomable power. Let the cultists begin the process but acquire the item before they complete the ritual. The item lies in one of the deep chambers of the mine, most likely heavily guarded. Sneak in and steal the item. It has the appearance of a staff made of metal and gears. It is necessary to advance to the next stage of our cherished cause. Get the staff and bring it to me, and you will be one step closer to ending your exile and returning to the fold. CC. else do we go? Oh, here. Deep mine chambers. Yeah, something metal gears. Staff made of metal and gears. Ooh. Hi, cultists.
More thieves! Stop them!
Run away from me. Yeah. Ritual bag. Doesn't look like there is a staff in there. Now where do we go? This way? Roll. Alright. Anything else interesting here? No. Oh, come on! Mod crops. Where's the exit? Same way I entered. Why bother with coming here? Alright.
Did you find what you were looking for in the mine?
I'm not sure. I need to consult with my contact.
Of course. I perfectly understand. I think I'll wait a little longer and see if any of my miners were able to escape from the cultists. Good luck with your mission. Whatever it is.
Thank you. Now... Item sold. Ooh, set a society chest. Enjoy your new motive. And now we go to Aldrin. Let's take away shrine. The game isn't laggy for me. Maybe the stream is? Aww.
My prices can't be beat.
Not sure what's going on here. Let me check something. Take a look, I don't know, there's something. No, it's not here. It's a stream that is laggy. The game is smooth for me. Seems to be better. I think. I hope. Where am I going? This way.
I demand to see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them.
You just smacked him in
You
the
there!
face.
The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly.
Okay.
Ashlanders once respected each other. helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, you have the smell of dog about you. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. There was a dog biting people. I'm looking into something for Lord Vivek.
Lord Vivek, is it?
Yes,
and I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of them cares about what's going on beyond their borders. Well, perhaps we can aid each other this day, Outlander.
One of them built an entire world. Wow, look how sour her expression is. I don't know, is it still laggy or is it better? What kind of help do you need?
Ashlanders are nomads, but we gather at sacred sites to trade, confer, and pay homage to the past. Aldrin is such a place. That's why Chodala invited the Red Exiles here. But these outcasts won't let me into their camp. I need to find my brother.
Who's your brother?
My brother, Chodala, is the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador. I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunmer and calmly end the era of the bickering houses. He hopes to convince the tribes to follow his lead.
So, what do you need me to do?
Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother. Otherwise, see if you can find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the outcasts. As you saw, they won't hesitate to attack without reason or provocation.
Your brother rules over the Ashlander tribes?
No, just our tribe, the Urshilaku. Though he's respected by most of the other Ashlanders for his wisdom and strength of will. He does hope to unite the tribes in a common cause, however. That's one of the reasons we've gathered here at Aldrin.
Yeah, common cause, his rule. Tell me more about Chodala. He's, I think, third you talk in the Incarnates. In Morrowind.
My brother and I have always worked to help our people and improve the Ashlander way of life. He used to believe that peaceful negotiation was the best path to accomplish this. Recently, however, things have become different. He's almost like...
Like what?
No, that's not something I'm ready to talk about with an outsider.
Fair enough.
Perhaps after you prove your trustworthiness and willingness to help us, then we can discuss my brother in more detail. Perhaps.
You said Chodala wants to unite the tribes. Are you planning to go to war?
That's not our goal.
What is
but the tribes will defend themselves if necessary. No, we hope to present a united front and show the houses the folly of the path they've embarked upon. Turning away from our forefathers and god ancestors has made them weak.
They turned away from worshipping the stupid, evil Daedra. They didn't abandon forefathers. Tell me more about the exiles.
The Red Exiles. They're violent, dangerous Ashlanders who were banished from their tribes and joined together to create their own clan. Chodala invited them to the gathering and went into the camp to talk, but he's been gone too long. I'm worried.
Can you imagine how violent and nasty you have to be so that Arabaninsom kicks you out? Wow, has to be something. You think I'll have to fight my way through the camp?
As you saw, hostility is second nature to the Red Exiles. We're here to negotiate. They're no better than thieves and murderers. If they spot you in their camp, you'll need to defend yourself. It's unfortunate, but they'll leave you no choice.
Well, she smacked one of those guys that we see here in the face with that staff, so she kind of uses it like a hammer. Okay, let's go smack someone. Hi. Sleep tight. Let's take the soldier. And this one too. And this one too. Okay. Notes on the meeting with Chodala, Nerevarine, the wielder of Sunara, compiled by scribe Daki, not taken. Gundund greeted Ashkan Chodala as Gulakan use Zashtan, oh dear. And Nibapol, the fire breather, looked on. What? Cheddalar displayed no fear and showed Undun. What are those? A level of respect rarely given to a tribal outcast. Names, okay. We had lent him the use of a small warband of red exiles, but now he was here to negotiate a more permanent arrangement. Cheddalar began the meeting by explaining his plans for tribal unification, stressing that there was a place for the red exiles in his unified vision. Gundud demanded to know why the red exiles should even consider returning to the tribes that banished them. Cheddalar appeared thoughtful before he replied, because you are Ashlanders and our blood calls one to another. Then Cheddalar demonstrated the power of the staff our warband helped him acquire. He called the staff Sunara. Sunara grants me the strength of a god, Cheddalar said, striking a stone with the tip of his staff so that the stone cracked like a shell of an egg. Gundud ordered his champion, Gulakan, use Zashtan to put the blasphemous Ashkan in his place, but no matter how many times her sword lashed out, it never once touched or pierced Cheddalar's flesh. What kind of creature are you? Gundud demanded. I am the Nerevarine, Cheddalar proclaimed, and Gundud, Gulakan used Zashtan, and Nibapur prostrated themselves before him. The Red Exiles shall be my enforcers, and use Zashtan shall be my champion, Cheddalar declared. Prepare yourselves for my return. I have much work for you to do. Where are you going, Nerevarine? Gundud asked. I need time to meditate upon our next course of action, Cheddalar said, and then I have a meeting with the wise woman Davrosi to ratify my claim as a Nerevarine. Cheddalar departed, and Gulakan used Zashtan went with him, thus ending the meeting. Yeah, the Nova is the champion. But what does he know? It's all poppycock. Yeah. Where's Saren? Oh.
You seem to have survived your visit to the Red Exiles camp.
Yeah, they did.
Did you find my brother?
No, but I found this record of his meeting with the Red Exiles leader.
Interesting. I never suspected that the outcasts were disciplined enough to keep records such as this. Oh no. I can't believe my brother would be so brazen.
Also, since when the Ashlanders write down anything? So the exiles are more into civilization than the tribes? He called himself the Nerevarine. Do you know what that means?
It means that Cheddalar really has changed. With his newfound powers and rising ambitions, I fear what he plans for the tribes.
He doesn't have powers.
I suppose you have a right to know what I'm talking about. Take this. I found it among my brother's possessions.
Another scroll. Did Cheddalar write this?
Cheddalar discovered new power out in the wilderness, and it changed his view of the world. He writes about it in that document. Now he believes he's a Nerevarine, and incites the tribes, while I try to keep them all from doing anything rash.
What's the Nerevarine?
You don't know? I thought... No, you're not an Ashlander, and the House Elves rarely talk about such things. Long ago, there was a hero named Nerevar.
I think they still talk about
He fought alongside
Nerevar.
the Tribunal, before they claimed to be gods, until they betrayed him.
You don't know that. The Tribunal betrayed Nerevar.
So our legends say.
Yeah, legends.
Nerevar united the Kaima, and forged an alliance with the Dwemer. He died at the Battle of Red Mountain. We believe the Tribunal hastened his demise, despite Vivek's claims to the contrary.
What you believe doesn't have to be true. But where does the Nerevarine fit into all that?
The Nerevarine is a promise and a prophecy. We believe that, through the power of Azura,
Oh, another liar.
Nerevar will return to unite all Dunmer, House and Ashlander alike, and make Morrowind great again.
Wow.
The returned
Make
Nerevar
Morrowind great
will be
again.
known as the
That
Nerevarine.
did not age well. At all. You don't believe Cheddalar's claim?
While the prophecy of the Nerevarine can be interpreted as the end of the Tribunal, I have always seen it as a prediction of hope and peace. Cheddalar and some Ashlanders, such as the Red Exiles, favor war. That's not the Nerevarine I believe in.
I'll tell you something. Azura says peace, uniting people and all the shit, and none of that will happen. People will not be really united, still be at odds with each other, and the foreigners will not be pushed out of the land because the Empire will stay. So it's all poppycock. Well, okay, not all, but most of it. You think Chodala wants a war?
He uses in Ashkan's words to plant dark ideas in his followers. Ideas that speak of false gods, lost traditions, and the need for a cleansing war. His words become more forceful every day, but I hope to dissuade him from this violent course.
Tell me about Chodal's new power.
All I know is that his new power frightens me. Chodala returned from a sojourn in the wilderness more vibrant, more commanding. He's always been strong, but now he's fearless, practically invincible, and swifter than the fastest Ashlander scout.
What do you think is the source of Chodala's new power?
Chodala says his new abilities strengthen his claim as the Nerevarine.
He doesn't have abilities.
I think it's the staff he carries.
He has a staff.
He had it when he returned.
It does everything.
And now it's always at his side. I know it's unreasonable, but I hate that staff. He calls it Sunara.
So wait, the false gods are false gods, but all the powers he has come from one of those supposedly false gods' creation. So he's using a tribunal creation to make himself so powerful. So, yeah. Apparently they're very powerful and not so false. Ugh. Ow.
Outlander!
What?
Over here!
What? Well, I am here. What do you want?
This requires a considerable amount of effort.
Then talk.
So just listen. We have a problem here. Return to my office immediately.
I think here all of his older toys, he simply forgot about it, put it somewhere aside and forgot about it. And, well, Daedra stole that stuff and that's why the cultists had it. I would say more, but that's kind of a spoiler, so... They all deserve roasting. Let's go and talk to unpleasant arch asshole. Because, yeah. Roasting. It's very cold, so roasting makes things warmer. Where's Leviul? Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Cutie pie! Where's Leviul? Nice bed. Nice bath. Where's Leviul? Where's the cutie pie? Okay. What do you want?
At last. Did you see what's happening outside? Red Mountain rumbles louder and more frequently. The sky grows dark, and worst of all, the people are beginning to notice.
Sorry.
Soon I'll have to muster the Ordinators to keep them from the palace doors.
Is that the emergency? The people want to see Lord Vivek?
In part. Lord Vivek is... not well.
Yeah.
I won't allow his followers to see him in this state. He continues to lose energy, and it's becoming difficult for him to maintain the realm in his usual fashion. Now, what did your investigations uncover?
I investigated the 3 locations. Here's what I learned.
I'll review these documents and present your findings to Lord Vivek. I was against bringing you into this investigation, but I was wrong. Thank you for aiding us.
You're welcome.
You should go see Lord Vivek now.
Okay.
He's been asking about you. I'll be along shortly.
You're going to just read the notes? I thought we could discuss what I learned.
Very well. Tell me what you learned at each of the locations, and let's see what conclusions we can come to.
Barza told me about Sotasil's experiments with divine energy. He gave me his notes.
Barrelzar faithfully served Sothasil. He's as loyal to the tribunal as I am. He would never intentionally harm Lord Vivek. But that tool he mentioned... Perhaps one of the priests Vivek sent away could search the temple archives for more information.
Vivek sent away all his priests?
Lord Vivek doesn't want his followers to see him in such a weakened state. Only you, Canon Levuel, and myself are permitted into his palace now. Speaking of the palace, Lord Vivek wants to see you when we're done here.
Yeah, you already told me. An Ashlander named Chudala has been inciting the tribes.
So your notes say. And this Saren assisted you. Interesting. Most Ashlanders want nothing to do with the tribunal. Even so, they rarely become aggressive. I'd say this Chodala bears watching. If we can spare it, I'll send an armiger to Aldrin.
Chudala's newfound power might have something to do with Vivek's problem.
Interesting theory. Perhaps Chodala's staff can steal Vivek's energy. But I have a hard time imagining how an Ashlander could accomplish such a feat.
It's not a
Lord Vivek said the draining has grown more intense since you left.
Doing the work.
It doesn't look well.
Cultists took over the mine outside Balmoral.
From what you discovered, I dare say there may be a correlation between the narcotic relic and the two barrels I'll mention. And it seems the Ashlander thieves are connected to Chodala. Your evidence points to a clear conclusion.
Chodala is using Sunara to steal Vivek's divine energy?
So it appears. Lord Vivek's doing his best not to complain, but I can see how much the draining of his energy has cost him. Just seeing you again should improve his mood considerably. And the progress you made with your investigations, outstanding.
Okay, let's go and chat with the Baldy to color god. How is the stream still laggy?
I demand you make way and let me see Lord Vivek.
Lord Vivek isn't receiving visitors today.
You can hear the wind up here. Oh,
My lord,
good.
Please, let me send for aid. Perhaps one of the healers can help you.
Pain is best tolerated in private, as I have written in the 37th ballad.
There must be something I can do.
You can call the Archcanon. He should hear the news our friend brings us.
He already has. Bye, cutie pie. Yo, God.
The river drains into the sea as my divinity flows out of me. Need some work. As you can see, I continue to lose energy, and it has made me somewhat agitated. Have you made any progress toward discovering the source of my discomfort?
I think that an Ashlander named Chudala might be responsible for your condition.
An Ashlander? That seems unlikely, but I trust your instincts. We need to find out more about this Chodala and the ancient enemy that aids him. Take this. Another token of my appreciation. And look, here comes the Archcanon now.
Is she sitting or floating? She's still slightly floating above
the Outlander may have actually discovered something.
Ah, get away. See? He's floating above it. Still not using it. Alright.
After further examination of the documents you brought back, I have to agree with your assessment. The Ashlander Chodala has somehow siphoned divine energy away from Lord Vivek.
So, you know how to restore Lord Vivek's power?
Not exactly. But now that we know that the affliction isn't natural, we can work toward a solution, one that probably involves Chodala's staff.
That's Sotasil's staff, for the record.
Got his hands on Sotasil's
stole it
tool
from the
and
cultists
turned it into
who
a
stole it
weapon
from
beyond
Sotasil,
me, though.
probably. You want me to acquire this stuff called Sunara?
Eventually, but we need to be cautious. If Chodala is as respected as you say, attacking him would start a war we can't afford to partake in. Go to Aldrin and talk to his sister, Saren. I don't trust her either, but she worked with you before.
I'll go talk to Saren.
Get to Aldrin and locate Saren. She needs to tell us more about Chodala and then help us acquire his staff. Without it, we can't restore Vivek. Meanwhile, I need to placate the populace. The people grow concerned over Vivek's continuing isolation.
What's happening to Vivek again? Oh, I have bad memory.
Didn't we cover this? Let me refresh your memory. Lord Vivek suffers stoically as his divine energy drains away. Neither my administrations nor his defenses have been sufficient to plug the hole, so we've isolated him to keep panic to a minimum.
What does the Tribunal think of the Ashlanders?
They try not to think about them at all. The Ashlanders are savages. They refuse to acknowledge the supremacy of Lord Vivek and the Tribunal, instead putting their faith in the despicable Daedra.
Well,
They're heretics, pure and simple.
do you really think this could lead to all-out war with the Ashlanders?
The Ashlanders hold to superstitions the way Quama protect their eggs. If they really considered Chodala to be the Nerevarin, then any action you take against him will enrage the tribes. Talk to Saren and see if she can suggest an alternative course.
Why do you think the people are going to panic?
Experience, Outlander. Experience. I have seen the Dunmer rage against the gods at the least provocation. When they realize that Vivek is ill, that his powers are failing, they'll weep and gnash their teeth like frightened children.
You really expect that stronger reaction just because Vivek's ill?
The people don't handle the infirmities of their deities very well, especially when those infirmities could foreshadow Red Mountain's eruption or portend the moonlets fall from the sky. Once such fear ignites, it spreads like wildfire.
Yeah, Azura in Morrowind says Nerevarin this, Nerevarin that, and these are Nerevarin or something. It's so weird. I stick with what Azura says. What's causing Vivek's loss of divine... Oh, no, I know what's causing. We don't know what's causing. Sunara is causing, maybe. Let's see if I can talk to him before I leave.
The wary warrior weakens and withers, despite his dashing exuberance of expression. Do as the Archcanon directs, while I conserve my remaining energy, and do what I can to stave off this attack. If attack it truly is.
Hi, cutie pie.
An Ashlander? Could a heathen actually threaten one of the Tribunal? Oh, such a thought makes my stomach hurt.
Do you know you sound like your god? Not this one. Another one. Ooh, the Red Mountain is kind of spouting out some ashes. Red Mountains, yeah. I call him Sweet Nose because I love him so much. Okay, where are we going? To Aldrin, let's take the Way Shrine. Very kind and doesn't call me names, so I call him sweet names. Yo, Ashlanders. How you doing? Remember me?
Outlander, quickly! This way!
Yeah, I see you, I see you. What do you want?
I've been thinking about my brother's claim that he's the Nerevarin since we last spoke.
Ugh.
No matter how I try, the word tastes false on my tongue. And now I fear he's about to convince the wise woman that his quest for power will benefit the tribes.
What can I do to help?
My brother is respected and revered. He has allies in all of the tribes, not to mention his personal Red exiles. We have to proceed with caution. Respect the Ashlander customs and traditions. Anything else will lead to violence and bloodshed.
So what do we do?
We talked to my brother. Tried to convince him this isn't the way.
Yeah, right.
Barring
because
that,
that would work.
we make sure the wise woman doesn't get drawn into his madness. Whatever Chodala says or does, don't attack him. We don't need a war between the houses and the Ashlanders.
And if he attacks me, what do? I'll follow your lead.
The wise woman. I was hoping she'd be here.
You're too late, dear sister. Despite your protestations, the wise woman has gone to the cave of the incarnate to confirm my claim.
Brother, do you really want to pursue this dangerous course?
There was a time when you gave me your unconditional support, Seren. I miss those days.
Bye. He's an ass.
My brother Chodala's about to do something foolish and dangerous. But by dusk and dawn, Azura put you and I on the same path for a purpose.
Yeah.
I just hope we have enough time.
What's Chodala going to do?
He's about to claim the title of the Nerevarine and try to unite the Ashlander tribes gathered here. He already convinced the Red Exiles to support him. He's using them to intimidate the other tribes. If he persuaded the Wise Woman to his cause...
Tell me about the Wise Woman.
Wise Woman Dovrasi, the most respected counselor and spirit guide this side of Red Mountain. She went to the Cavern of the Incarnate to meditate on Chodala's claim. If she confirms my brother's assertion, the tribes will follow wherever he leads.
We need to talk to the Wise Woman.
Agreed, but I dare not leave Chodala alone with the tribes. I feel the hand of Azura in all this. Go to the Cavern of the Incarnate and talk to the Wise Woman. I'll stay here and try to keep things under control until you return.
Yeah, Chodala will be in that cavern someday. Then I'll head for the Cavern of the Incarnate.
The caverns to the northeast of Aldrin, on the other side of the mountain. Hopefully, the rumbling and lava won't slow you down too much. Get to the cavern and talk to the Wise Woman. If she accepts Chodala's claim about the Nerevarine...
What's the Cavern of the Incarnate?
My brother isn't the first to believe he's Nerevar returned.
And not the last.
All of the previous failed incarnates rest within the cavern. A statue of Azura watches over them as they await the arrival of the true Nerevarine.
She's probably laughing. You fools believed my stupid nonsense. Now you're dead. You don't agree with your brother.
When Chodala became a Gulakan, a champion of our people, I supported him. When he stepped forward as Ashkan, leader of our tribe, I was at his side. But this new claim, it comes with strange powers and talk of war. I can't support those things.
Tell me more about the Nerevarine.
Azura proclaimed that someday, Indorel Nerevar, a hero from our ancient past, would return to unite the Dark Elves and right the wrongs of Nirn. We call the returned incarnate the Nerevarine. My brother Chodala believes that he's Nerevar reborn.
So, all that you achieve is get the titles from all the groups of elves and destroy the heart of Lorcan. Nothing else. Not all wrongs of Nirn. Nothing else. You poor people. Azura's lying to you.
She won't refuse my claim. Just in case, make sure the Red Exiles are ready.
Your word is law, Nerevarine.
Uh-oh.
You helped my sister. Thank you for that. But you don't need to worry about the Red Exiles anymore.
Really?
They're under my control now. As for everything else, that's Ashlander business. There's no place for an Outlander here.
Yeah, they're under your control now, and I worry what you will tell them to do. That's the problem. Are you plotting the downfall of Lord Vivek?
Plotting? No, I'm confident that the false god will fall. Azura has proclaimed this, and I know it to be true.
Oh, boy.
The Tribunal betrayed our hero and turned away from our religion. And they call us heretics. Bah!
You know what's the saddest? That he's not even manipulated by Azura. He's manipulated by Clavicus Vile, and that's just vile. I understand you claim to be the Nerevarine.
How overly simplistic the world must be to your eyes, Outlander.
So that's incorrect?
I am Nerevar reborn. I will lead my people to power and glory. The wise woman knows this. She will proclaim it when she returns. And no tribunal lapdogs can change that.
Yeah? Okay. So I assume you love Almalexia and she's your wife, yes? Serene doesn't seem to agree with you.
My sister is too naive and idealistic for her own good. Look at the power I wield. Feel the conviction in my words. While the house elves squabble and fight to carve up our land, the Nerevarine will step forth to end their tyranny once and for all.
Yeah. And as someone who will be one in 746 years, I can tell you that this is not what is going to happen. Sorry. Okay, let's go and deal with this business now. Blah, blah, blah.
Azura is my shield, you foul creatures.
Scuffing! 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 Jumping scuffing! Any dogs around?
Thank you for aiding me.
You're welcome.
But I sense you came for a different purpose. Let's talk inside the cavern.
Why? Why? Ooh, nice shrooms.
An outlander? Surely there must be another way. No, my lady, of course not.
Go away.
I'll do as you ask. Come here, outlander. We must talk.
Yeah, you're talking to a statue. Are you okay? Oh, you with your mind okay?
It feels strange to talk to an outlander in such a sacred place, but the Queen of the Night Sky insists. I need to render judgment on an important claim, and she says you can help me reach the correct decision.
Why me? Is this about Chodala and the Nerevarine, right?
Words of truth from the mouth of an outlander. Remarkable.
No,
the
my
Red
first
Exiles
rodeo
and a
with you
few
people.
others believe that Chodala is the Nerevarine. He's convinced them, but not me.
Yeah, there's hope.
I came here to consider my options. I fear a bloodbath if I oppose his claim.
Is there a way to prove he's not the Nerevarine?
Perhaps, but I must remain impartial. If someone else reveals the flaws in Chodala's claims by comparing him to the failed incarnates, that might do the trick.
The failed incarnates, huh?
We thought the incarnates were possessed by the spirit of Nerevar, but each had a critical flaw that made them destined to fail to fulfill the prophecy. Their spirits reside here. Yes, you should speak to the incarnates. I see Azura's wisdom now.
Why can't you speak to them and then make a decision? Why I have to speak to them and then tell you what they told me? What the heck for? Can't you talk to them? How do I talk to the spirits of the incarnates?
Take this pouch of blessed grave dust. Sprinkle a pinch upon the bones of the incarnates to call forth their spirits. Return to Aldrin after you have learned all you can. Perhaps we can curb Chodala's ambitions before they lead us to war. We need knowledge to defeat Chodala, Outlander. Listen well to what the failed incarnates have to say.
So, what do you have to say, buddy?
Once I was the hope of my people, but then my claim was proven false. Now I wait, and I hope for the Nerevarines' return. State your question, Outlander, and I shall do as Azura urges.
They decided you weren't in Nerevarine. Why?
To fulfill the prophecy, I followed a path of blood and war. In the end, my path became a road that led nowhere, and I was cast down from my lofty spot. Take my scroll, and help the wise woman understand the futility of a senseless war.
I think she understands if she's wise. Not sure if Chodola does. Alright. Yo.
The Nerevarine remains a promise unfulfilled, and I am as guilty of prideful posturing as every other failed incarnate that occupies this hall. Ask your question and let's be done with this, Outlander.
What ended your quest to become the Nerevarine?
The Nerevarine must listen as well as proclaim. I refused to accept wise counsel, which led to the doom of my tribe and the end of my quest to embody the spirit of Nerevar. Take my scroll and remind the wise woman that wisdom ignored is ignorance.
Alrighty. How about you? Ranso.
We are the failed incarnates, the Ashlanders who proudly proclaim themselves to be the Nerevarine.
Why are you wearing great house clothing?
The Lady of Dawn and Dusk urged us to cooperate. So ask your question.
So let me get it straight. She lied to you about the Nerevarine. She made you convinced that it's true. You believed that, then you died, and now you sit in this cave and you have to do what she wants you to do. She forces you. Yeah, that's a shitty deal. What flaw made you fail to fulfill the prophecy?
Take my scroll and help the wise woman see the lie of unbridled power. I thought myself the reborn Nerevar, for I was the strongest, most powerful warrior in all the land.
Most arrogant too,
But
huh?
power alone won't save my people. In the end, it couldn't even save me.
Well, there are no great threats to you people right
Mortal,
now, so what the hell do
let
you
us
want?
speak.
I'm not talking to statues. I'm not crazy. Ugh.
I foresaw your usefulness before you even set foot in Vardenfell.
Not buying that.
Now comes a test that will challenge your ability to separate truth from lies.
Your lies?
You
Sure.
must convince the tribes that Chodola is not the Nerevarine.
Why can't you tell them then? I covenant with the incarnates just as the wise woman commanded.
Doversee's wisdom outshines most other mortals. She recognizes the futility of Chodola's claim.
So what's
If
this whole
she
thing
rebuffs him, however, the tribes will turn on each other, and blood will flow. The staff, Sunra, it makes Chodola confident, reckless.
The staff is the source of Chodola's power.
Your instincts serve you well.
Not instinct, it's
Chodola's
information.
path took a dark turn. However, my sight clouds when I look too closely. So Thasiel built Sunra, but he did not create it with this vile purpose in mind. You must act on my behalf and Vivek's.
So you can see only things that serve you, but if there's something to really know and some useful information, suddenly it's all, ooh, I can't see clouds in the road. Oh, I'll do what Vivek asks.
Then go. Return to Aldrun and help the wise woman reveal the falsehood of Chodola's claim. And let Saren assist you. She is my champion and a trusted friend of all Ashlanders.
I don't care what she's your champion. How do I prove that Chodola isn't the Nerevarine?
Use what the Incarnate shared with you.
Their failures point the way toward Chodala's downfall. But beware Chodala's power. He may not be the Nerevarine, but some greater agency has lent strength to his conviction.
Let me think. A talking dog, scaffins everywhere, and Daedra cultists, who are not your cultists, so someone else. Ooh. Why don't you just simply reveal the truth to the Ashlanders? That's just what I asked. Finally, I can ask her, really.
Due to an ancient pact, I am not permitted to interfere in the affairs of Nirn. Even this casual discussion pushes the boundaries of that agreement. Instead, I must work through trusted agents, such as yourself and Saren.
Point number 1. You trust me? You really, really shouldn't. Point number 2. This is one example where Sotasil's lovely Cold Harbor blackmail is not in our favor. Why are you helping Vivek? I thought you and the tribunal were enemies. You cursed the entire people because you don't like the 3 of them, including your beloved Ashlanders.
Helping that arrogant imposter? Whatever gave you the idea that I was helping that murderer? Vardenfell must stand. Everything I do in this regard serves that single goal. Best that you remember that, mortal.
Oh, what? What will you do? Kill me? What happens when your prophecy that I am to help and fulfill that, and then what? See? Ah, you're bullshitting, you stupid. Let's get out of this. It smells funny here. Okay. You might have guessed I do not like Azura and her lies and manipulations and bullshitting everybody. And she can threaten me all she wants, I'm not afraid of her. Because she can't do anything to me because of the Cold Harbor Pact. Okay, where do we go? Talk to Saren. So back to Uldren, I guess. It's in the back. Saren, where are you?
Thank the moon and star. You've returned.
Wow, there's a lot of ash falling from the Red Mountain. We're in trouble.
The wise woman returned from the cavern of the Incarnate and went right into Scar to meet with the tribes. Chodala's in there too, about to be named the Nerevarine. Tell me you came back with something to stop my brother's rise to power.
I spoke to some of the Incarnates and they gave me these scrolls.
Ah, of course. Use the tales of the failed Incarnates to counter Chodala's arguments. That's brilliant. Well, except for one problem.
Problem?
An Outlander has no status in the Council. The Ashlanders won't listen to a word you say. Someone else has to present the arguments. Someone they trust. I suppose that means I have to challenge my brother. With your help, of course.
How can I help you if I can't talk during the council?
You spoke to the Incarnates, not me. I'm familiar with their stories, but I'll need you to help me choose the appropriate argument to counter each of Chodala's claims. I hate opposing my brother in this. I just don't see another way.
When should I use the Incarnate Ranso's scroll?
Incarnate Runso was strong and powerful. He thought that by strength alone, he could unite the Ashlanders. He failed. When Chodala proclaims his power, that's when we'll refer to this scroll's sad tale.
When should I give you the Incarnate Aduri scroll?
Incarnate Aduri was a champion of my people. She defended us against great threats. But when she grew to love war for war's sake, she proved she wasn't the Nerevarine. When Chodala proclaims that war is the answer, hand me this scroll.
When should I give you the Incarnate scroll.
Incarnate Darnot thought his way was the best way. He rejected the counsel of the wise women and the Ashkans. Something Nerevar would never do. When Chodola proclaims he knows better than anyone, we'll use this scroll.
Actually, Nerevar did reject counsel, which wasn't a good idea. He learned on his mistake and didn't do it again. Alright, let's go dispute your brother's claim.
Meet me inside.
Scar.
Must we continue this farce? It's obvious that I'm the Nerevarine.
False incarnate
Someone
banners.
has stepped forward to challenge your claim, Chodola.
Yes.
Seren, I'm disappointed in you, dear sister.
Enough. I shall hear your arguments and render my decision.
Okay.
Even the Outlander can see that I'm the most powerful Ashkan. My strength alone proves that I am the Nerevarine.
You're done screaming. Can I talk to her?
Chodola puts forth his great strength as proof of his claim. Give me the scroll that discounts such a trait for the Nerevarine.
Rancid.
Yes, that's a sound argument. Incarnate, appear!
As a warrior and as an Ashkan, I was the most powerful of my age. But for all my strength, I failed my people. Don't follow my example.
The faithless houses dare to threaten our land, but we shall meet them in battle, and I will lead us to victory.
Okay.
This is more nerve-wracking than I anticipated.
Sorry.
Which scroll do you recommend to counter this argument?
The jury, because she was like war.
That makes sense. I'll try that. Incarnate, appear!
I thought the path to the Nerevarine was a path of blood and battle, but my love of war was my undoing. War is not the way.
These failed incarnates prove nothing. I need no counsel but my own, as befits my status as the Nerevarine.
Yeah, even he had his advisors.
I think it's working. One more strong assertion, and that should do it.
Incarnate Danet's scroll should disprove that assumption.
Of course. Let's see what happens. Incarnate, appear!
I refuse to accept the counsel of the wise women and the Ashkans. I thought I knew best, but I knew nothing. That is not the way of the Nerevarine.
Seren and the Outlander, their arguments have merit. Chodola, we deny your claim. You are not the Nerevarine.
This proves nothing! Look how the staff protects me! I am the Nerevarine! Red Exiles, slay the unbelievers!
No!
To the side!
I remember I died so many times in here. Early when I was doing this story and very new to the game. Oh dear, that was so difficult to defeat these people. Especially when the boss finally came. Yeah, he just ran away. Staff is protecting me, and the door,
For
and the
Chodola.
walls.
For the Nerevarine!
Yeah, okay. She hits so hard. Oh, that's bashed them. Okay. Everybody's gone. Alrighty. I think I died like 7 or 8 times before I barely managed to defeat her. Alrighty. Here we go.
Go to my hut and get my healer's sack. Now.
Right away, wise woman.
hate what my brother's become.
Yeah, he's quite an ass.
Mortal, I would have words with you.
Oh, Saren, being possessed by Daedra.
Chodola has been revealed as a failed Nerevarine, but that hasn't dissuaded him from his reckless course of action. As long as he wields the staff, he shall be unstoppable.
What should we do?
Time is against you, mortal. Even now, Vivek, that pompous usurper, grows increasingly weaker. As much as I
you're
deplore
not
him,
pompous at all.
Vivek cannot fall to Chodola's vile magic. There's another power at work here. One I can't quite put my finger on.
Yeah, I can. There must be something I can do.
Return to Vivek City. Do what you can to aid Vivek. And pay heed to my faithful vessel, Saren. I name her Champion of the Moon and Star. She will play a pivotal role in ending her brother's march toward godhood, if she survives.
Toward godhood. So you want to stop him because he wants to be a god? Possibly replace you? And then you curse him and give the Dharma even red eyes? Oh, Azura. I'll return to Vivek City.
That was exhilarating.
Was it? Alrighty, let's go. We go up there.
I don't like the looks of that sky.
Pull yourself together. You're a buoyant armature for Vivek's sake.
It's very windy over here. Okay, now he is really sitting on his sofa.
You're back.
Yeah.
It's Lord Vivek. He just collapsed. The more he weakens, the closer the moonlit slides toward the city, and the more Red Mountain churns with fire and ash. I hope you brought good news. Vivek knows we could use some.
Which only confirms that Vivek keeps the Red Mountain under control so it doesn't erupt and kill everybody. Something Azura couldn't be bothered with.
As a god weakens, so too does his city suffer. I know my people grow fearful. Even the Archcanon is distressed. But the energy that remains to me holds the moonlit in the sky. At least for now. So what news does my eyes and ears bring to me?
We discredited Jotala as a Nerevarine, and he escaped with Sunara.
How this upstart Ashlander learned to attune Sotha Seal's tool confounds my understanding. And he dares use my power? Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending this threat and restoring my vitality.
Yeah, that's true. The Arch-Arsehole is very okay with what's happening to you. Griefs of the warrior poet, but he's not wearing any. Oh, because he just gave his trousers to me, so he's not wearing any. Fair enough. Complete quest.
Due to Lord Vivek's condition, it falls upon us to find a solution.
Okay, that's what he says.
Consult with the Archcanon to decide our next course of action.
Still glowy though.
This Ashlander thief must be dealt with before my condition dooms my people. Now leave me. If my concentration wavers, Vardenfell is doomed.
Yeah, that's some gift. I like how he's plop. Is that those rays coming out? In some law book, it said that you can sense the presence. So I can imagine how those plop rings come, and when they hit you, you feel his godly presence somehow, magically, whatever. Poor thing is just sitting there. Now he's really sitting on his sofa. Okay. Asshole Tarvis.
Lord Vivec must conserve his remaining energy, so we need to solve this problem on our own. It all comes back to Chodala.
Yeah.
Damned Ashlander's draining the warrior poet's power. We need to stop him and get that damn staff.
Sundaram makes Chodala invulnerable. How do we circumvent the staff?
How should I know? That's not a skill the tribunal teaches.
Well,
return to Barrelzar's
Sothasil
tower
should know, right?
and get Sothasil's former apprentice to come up with some kind of countermeasure. I'm sure he knows more than he's told you. I do have one concern, though.
So it is a skill that the tribunal teaches, just 1/3 of it, and not your 1/3 of it, his 1/3 of it, right? Just one concern?
You see right through me, Outlander. I have more worries than a Quama queen has eggs. I'm talking about Chodala's sister. Seren claims to want to help, to want peace, but I don't trust her. Seek out Barrelzar, but be wary of the Ashlander's sister.
I'll return to Barrelzar Tower and see if he knows how we can circumvent Chodala's stuff.
Barrelzar. I think I remember that name.
Yeah, we talked about him.
Sothasil's apprentice, if I recall.
Wow.
At least one of his apprentices. A crazy one, I believe.
Barrelzar is the crazy one? I'd say he's one of the timid ones. Hi, cutie pie.
Barrelzar will figure something out. He's brilliant and quite capable, despite his bizarre behavior.
You should meet Sothasil and see his bizarre behavior. Okay, since I love your voice, let's go with this. Remind me, what's been happening around here again?
Of course, Outlander. Anything to assist you in your sacred mission.
He's polite and kind and not
A mysterious
calling me a
force
stupid
assaults
one.
Lord Vivec, stealing his energy and putting all of Vardenfell in terrible danger.
Oh no.
You agreed to help put an end to this attack.
Oh yes. Do we know the source of this mysterious assault?
Not precisely. Your investigations on Vivec's behalf point to the Ashlander Chodala as the likely suspect. He claims to be the Neraverian and wields Sothasil's tool. It's a staff Chodala called Sunara, and we think it's the source of his power.
Sothasil created something to hurt Vivec? I really don't remember anything.
No, I'm sure that was never the intention of the Father of Mysteries.
No.
Chodala somehow modified the tool to turn it into a weapon.
Yeah, it wasn't Chodala who modified
Whatever
it.
he's doing to steal Vivec's divine energy, he seems to be able to draw on some of the warrior poet's power.
The person behind this modified it. Bye, cutie pie. Okay, let's go to Barrelzar and see what he has to say. Wait. And then he creates something that can be used for making pudding, and someone uses it to destroy the Nern.
Is someone up there?
Yeah.
I could use some help down here.
What happened? Okay, let's go.
Hurry, please. I have a natural aversion to Daedra.
Alright. Here's a scapin. Here's another scapin. Here's a big, nasty hunger. Which one is the original?
This one danger is past. Wipe your feet and come inside.
Well, yeah, cleanliness. First I check if you have anything useful for me. Oh, a lot of bits and pieces. Some schematics and some forge and more bits and pieces and stack of books because there's not enough space on the bookshelf. Alright. Wiping my feet. Yeah, I don't have those flags. I want a flag like this to put in my home. I don't have anything like that. It's so pretty. Fixing, fixing. What else can I take from you? Sweet rolls. Can I take one? Oh, I took everything. Sorry, I meant just take one.
So hard to concentrate and maintain schedules when interruptions constantly occur.
Sorry.
Don't they know the great gear never pauses in its rotations?
No.
So that was you up there. I appreciate the assistance.
You're welcome.
Daedric entities can be very unpredictable.
True. Why were Daedra attacking you, Balzar?
Logic has very little place in the behavior of Daedra, my hopeful associate. Studying the fabric of reality does tend to attract unwanted attention. But these creatures appeared just before you entered my tower. I wonder, why have you returned?
I located Sothasil's tool, and it's been altered to steal Lord Vivek's divine energy.
Ah, a modification of my master's old experiments, turning a simple tool into a dangerous weapon. Ingenious! Evil, yes, but also quite brilliant. A tonal inverter should counter it. Uses sound waves to temporarily disrupt the flow of energy.
Do you have a tonal inventor I can use?
No, of course not. I just invented it. I need proper components to build such a device. My hirelings scour the land for materials all the time. Here's a list. Head out the back door and ask them to direct you to these common dwarven components.
Where can I find these hirelings of yours?
Hirelings? Yes, they worked for me, before they quit, ungrateful netches. Still, I paid them well before the pistons slipped their alignments. They should know where to find the components. Last I heard, Snorfen and the others were in Molagmar.
Do you think that Daedra will return to trouble you?
The situation is wound dangerously tight, but I believe the gears revolve around you. Once you leave, I should be perfectly safe. Or at least as safe as I ever am in the midst of all these experiments. You, however, stay vigilant, my friend.
Can you tell me more about these components you need me to find?
I could, but I won't pour 5-year-old Flynn into a cracked decanter. No offense. Suffice it to say, they're fairly common as far as Dwemer components go.
So I'm too stupid to get it.
Use the list and talk to my former hirelings. I'll build the device the moment you return.
He's smiling. He likes me. Goodbye. Okay, I'm going to use back door and get out of here. To go to 3 places. Yeah, he's not even thinking that he's mean. It's just, you know, stating the fact. You're not smart enough to comprehend all that Dwemer complex thingy. It's just not stacking up to you. He's not aware how it comes off. No, it's not a Sylvie. That's why some people think horrible things about him. Because he just doesn't care about pleasantries. Not much. Okie dokie. Okay, but I think we'll go on with the components that I'm too stupid to understand next week. We've been at it for 2 hours. So this is a good place to stop and pick it up. Maybe I'll understand what I'm picking up. Where do we park? We park here. Maybe go fishing. Thank you for dropping by. For choosing me and not those with drops and Vadvark. I think all other SF streams give drops and Vadvark. I don't, fortunately. And see you next week. Looking for Dwemer things. Oh, Vadvark is the little critter that is around. Not this one. Every other stream gives a pet. But there isn't one to show you around. All to build up hype for Shadow of a Morrowind chapter that is coming in June. Night night and see you next week.